What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video on the Rad Potential YouTube channel. Figured we'd start out this lovely rainy Tennessee morning. We got a break in the rain. We needed to go to the parts store, so we're gonna take the turbo car to the parts store. So enjoy a couple minutes of spinning tires in a turbo RX7. Got a dry spot. What is up, Rad Potential YouTube? Welcome to today's video. I hope you enjoyed that lovely intro. We took the white turbo car to get some oil. We had to run into town. It was the weekend. Might as well drive the fun car, right? So we've got Lil Stu in the shop now. This is legendary for this car. First time driving in 30 years. It drove itself. It runs. We've got some little carburetor things to sort out, but first things first that we need to do on this car, it's been sitting for 30 years, we need to change the oil. I added oil when it was out there, knowing wasn't really going to run it that much. It had oil in it that wasn't terribly black, so we went ahead and just used it. We don't really know if it makes oil pressure, but we're just going to assume it does, because it probably would have locked up by the time it got to here. So, with that being said, I'm going to drain the oil out. We're going to get a fresh filter on this thing. You can see it's got the old school big and tall filter for all the extra miles traveled, and we'll get back under this thing. The rest of the stuff we're going to start tackling in this video, so get amped up for that, is we're going to start the process of stripping this car apart for paint. So got to pull the front wheels off, got to get that fender has to come off over here. We'll get all the headlight trim off. We'll probably leave the bezels on the headlights themselves, or just take the painted covers off. All this rubber trim's got to come out. RX7 badge has to come off. All the black trim down the side's got to come off. Door handles, you name it. Pull the front bumper off so we can paint the whole thing. So we're just going to start taking it apart. We'll see where we get at the end of the video. But first, let's change the oil. Second, non-destructive demolition. Let's get at it. Old school. Alright guys, we got fresh oil in this thing, albeit we're not going to start it just yet for a couple of days. The old oil, honestly, doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's black, but there was no evidence of metal, there was no evidence of like crazy condensation, like pushing coolant, anything crazy. So, fresh filter, fresh oil on this unit. Now, we're digging out all the crust. So, I went ahead and stripped the front bumper, which you saw. A couple tips and tricks on pulling your front bumper off. There's a bolt down in here, okay, behind the battery and then behind your coolant overflow. And that is this one here. So it's the back of the bumper support. You have to get that off. There's two bolts that hold them to the front of the frame horns. There and there. The turn signals, the wiring actually runs through the bumper, so you want to just disconnect those connectors also by those little studs. Bumper slides out. Huge win. Easy peasy. I found a bunch of leaves down in there. Down in here. You can see, still pulling some leaves out. So we're trying to get all the leaves out, get all the crap out of this thing. I dug all the mouse crust out of here. I'm going to pull the wiper motor and stuff out here shortly, which you guys will see. And then as I discovered, this car is different than the rally car was, and the later model cars, I think they changed how this is set up. So down in here, there's actually a wall, okay? There's a wall that divides the cowl water, okay? So water that comes through the cowl, it's perforated, from the inlet to your heater. So when you have recirculation turned on, it closes this. When you open, you're venting the outside air, it comes in under this piece right here. This wall is spot welded in. I can tell that there's a giant mouse nest of crust and nastiness in behind it. So I'm going to pull out the blower motor, and that should give me access to that from the bottom so I can fish all that stuff out. On the later model cars, there's literally just like a raised area. So if you have, draw it up here, so if you have like the flat area, the inlet going down, right, they just have a raised like little wall. Air can go in the top, and then all the water from the cowl just goes around it and drains out the corner behind the fender. And on this one, it doesn't look like they have that, so I'm curious to see, I guess, if there is that, but it's just buried back in there. Looks like it might just be buried back in there. But I don't think this piece just necessarily comes out, and I don't really want to remove it. So we're going to have to figure out a way to get back in there, clean all the crap out of there, so it doesn't rust through the inside. So that's that. I did pull all the trim, and honestly, easier than I anticipated. I had never stripped the trim off of a first gen before, as far as like 79 trim, so the thin trim. Here you can see the difference, because the one door we have is late model, so this is 79, an 80 RX7 trim, and then this is the later model FB trim. This stuff just came right out. I don't know if it was just affixed poorly, but I used a long screwdriver. Once I got it started, I could pull the rest of it out by hand. On this other side, we got the door completely stripped down, ready for preparation for paint. So seals are out of it. The glass will stay in. excuse me. The glass will stay in it. I actually found on Atkins I can get this outer window trim seal new. So I have a new set coming for the rally car, and then this car will get a new set. Door handle will stay on until it's up at Calvin's or the doors are off. He can take this door handle out. I just want to be able to open and close the door. Oh, that's so annoying. First gen door creak. I'll try to make that sound not as harsh. This side, I have the exterior of the door about done, and I need to pull the inside. So hopefully DJ can find. I bet that this door panel is going to disintegrate when it comes out. They're made of cardboard. They typically do. I'll do my best to keep it intact, but at least we have the trim, black window crank, the armrest here. So I'll get this door panel off. We are going to be painting around the doors. We are going to be jamming this car. We just won't be doing the inside. So unfortunately, this week I have to do some traveling for work, so this video will be finished up on the weekend, but we are going to be uploading it later this week. So this is probably the last video before Christmas. So have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and I'm gonna get back to cranking on this car. So you guys are gonna see a little bit more progress being made from when I'm showing you now. But get stoked. Thank you guys, as always, for watching the videos. Love having the support. Love having you guys out there watching the videos, sharing stuff, doing this, that, and the other. Can't wait to see the end of this year and next year, the growth we can get, and can't wait to see this car come back freshly painted. So get stoked. But yeah, there's that. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Keep it rad. Buddy! She's tired. Peace, guys.